Good.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 of this best of 3 showdown. We're going the distance here in opening MDL autumn 2016 action. I'm LD. I'll be in here in just a moment. My God, grab some water.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my God,
Fast. That's no problem.
you've just got long arms. It's like you did this for a normal person.
I can practically reach the kitchen from where I'm sitting on my laptop, so.
Here we go. Fresh, hydrated, caffeinated, and I'm excited, gods. You know, we've had a pretty good series so far. We're gonna go to a game 3, but more importantly, I'm just glad Dota's back. You know, it's been a very quiet and a very long off season here, like almost 6 weeks, I want to say. Really seen much at all, and I think it's been one of the longest breaks for like all the top teams, more or less. Minus you had what was it, MDL recently, but that was really a relatively regional tournament. To have international Dota on stage finally back.
It was kind of like a teaser tournament, and also a tournament where some rosters weren't even finalized to some extent. Like MVP were open at, hey, we're just trying out this roster. This isn't out necessarily final roster, although it then went on to become that. But yeah, it feels like this is the first time in however many years, like 10 years of Dota 1, Dota 2, where there's an actual off season. You know, it was like 6 weeks where there was no tournaments, and you're forced to shuffle, take time off, and now we're kind of kicking off the season with MDL.
Should be an excellent tournament. Of course, guys, there are simultaneous games here. I'll keep on reminding y'all, because some of you are likely just joining. We've got MVP Phoenix taking on LGD Forever Young. They are also tied up 1-1 now in the middle of a heated game 3. So if it's bore you, you can check that out. Come back once this draft concludes. And then we've got, of course, simultaneous games going on.
I think we're okay, LD. They've got Medusa versus Naga Siren, so I think our draft might be a bit more interesting.
No, we'll see about that. Secret grabbing the Elder Titan. I mean, we could see that Coddle Elder Titan spam all day, stall all night strat. Earlier, but no, I would never put it
I'm
past
gonna
Puppy.
jinx it. We're gonna get like a Naga Anti-Mage game or something now, which no one perhaps wants to see. I mean, I don't mind. I feel like that's kind of like Chinese, like the old school Chinese Dota, like AM versus Morphling and stuff. But those days of 4 Protect 1 long gone.
Now, Newbee, they look for a little more aggression here, grabbing an early Void. Very early, in fact. See what they look to pair it with.
And again, it's a hero that can be flexible in his lane, can off lane, can safe lane. I even saw one game where a team in one of the qualifiers ran Void mid if he has an alright matchup and you just want to free farm someone else. But, well, if it isn't broken, don't change it. OD comes out. Once again, we'll see the OD for Newbee.
I'll talk about great setup for the Hammer of Doom. We got the Elder Titan, but they have plenty of burst damage to deal with him, and that's that Astral to dodge the stump to interrupt the ET when he's trying to get it off. Be a pesky matchup if he gets caught. Newbee still lacking vision though. His Secret quickly move into a Nyx Assassin here. So running already 2 melee heroes up against the Void. Granted, Elder Titan tends to sit farther back, but they get someone that can really punish intelligence carries in the mid game.
Yeah, perhaps something they recognized they were missing last game, and they didn't have any hero that could deal well with OD at all, and they're just like, let's get this Nyx, someone that can have some catches off for the team. This is like, let's try something new. This is like the first tournament. This is still trying to figure out what works for your team. Secret have been in Europe. They've been boot camping a little bit, playing some scrims, I'm sure, but this is their first real test at a tournament. So not sticking to just one set drafting style or play style is going to be good for you.
So we do have an Omni Knight ban from Team Secret.
Yeah,
even though I'm not convinced Newbee wanted it, it's still decent against El Titan. The repel on its own does counter Nyx quite a bit. So they're like, you know what, we're just not even going to have your shenanigans this game. Newbee on the other side, banning out Morphling, and it's just very open-ended, especially, well, really for both teams at this point. Like, where do they want to take this draft? Does Secret want to do that? Their Titan Coddle, like, run a hard carry, or Naga Morphling, like, obviously those are banned now, but something like that. It's all the game. Does Newbee really want to commit to the team fight, or do they back off for some late game, or for split push and in, pressure of their own. See here as we enter phase 2.
Yeah, last game it was the Terrorblade they had that's still available for them. They, I think, ideally want to run the Void in the offlane and have some kind of safe lane hero that can take towers, because right now that's really what they're lacking, is some way to take objectives. When you have this big teamfight advantage, you want to be able to use the threat of a teamfight to force towers, so you can force the towers and then your opponent's like, we don't want to defend that tower because we'll lose the teamfight, and that's what the Kunkka also gives. Teamfight to go with the Void, you can throw the Ghost Ship in, you've got a Coco's Run when the teamfight happens to block a lot of damage, so Newbee's 4th or 5th pick for the carry role needs to be some kind of Terrorblade type pushing hero.
Gandalf himself. Tactics like...
Oh,
Are
yeah.
we gonna storm? Kind of what I wonder, with the Kardel around the mix ganks. Or if not, who are you getting?
Storm is decent. PA, interesting, comes again. Could be mid one or MP. Last game was the MP hero, but depending if they want to play it mid lane or safe lane, could change. Interesting. The Chakram PA gets you the double stifling dagger. Can be a huge amount of damage when you initiate.
Is it on its own to justify a pick, do you think?
I mean, it's not like it's like an added burst to bring up the PA. I'm
I mean,
sure
when
they
I think
have
like,
other
oh man,
ideas
Kardell's
in mind
great
with
with
the
this
PA.
here, I'm not like, oh, 2 step.
Yeah. No.
It's a
When
nice
you're-
perk, like you said.
When you're initiating, I mean, it just means you're twice as likely to get that Stifling Dagger crit, which is a huge amount of burst damage. When you're level 11, that's like a 300, 400, maybe even more burst damage instantly on a hero. And then you blink on them if you get a crit with your click. Suddenly that hero is that's like 800 HP gone instantly with a double dagger into Blink Strike. So it does make quite a big difference for PA. It really does enable her to just be that much stronger and scarier of a threat in a team fight. But it's definitely not why they picked the PA. They think this hero can match up well against OD as far as having the evasion, being able to get on top of OD. OD often a hero that uses his kind of mobility and his kiting capabilities with the Astral. And I think Secret are thinking with the PA they can kind of take that away somewhat.
So Secret, excellent stalling tactics. They have great ability on the map here, from the Blink Strike, for the Spirit to Scout, the Nyx to do the same. Keeper around, looking for that
Invoker.
damage dealer. It would be an Invoker. This time PA was mid PA, and it was mid 1 playing it. Both mid 1 and MP do play Invoker, guys. Who takes the this round?
Probably mid one? Yeah, mid one. It seems mid one's going to be playing almost the mid lane for the most part, and then MP will be playing the safe lane role, so it looks like mid one will take the Invoker, MP on the PA. But Unai with the Sven last pick.
Big Eddie Sven. Does he have some backup or what? He is the Korra. He has the all-orbital heal and sustain in the Astral to save him if he's really in trouble. The cross would be very difficult in these fights.
There's always things. I remember when we first started seeing this Sven Faceless Void drafts, like us analysts were like, "Oh, do you really want to pick these heroes together? Sven can't hit in the Chronosphere," but they actually combo and synergize so well because the Void can go in one or two of the frontliners, and when the backliners come in to help the Chrono, Sven just blinks past the Chrono and goes for the backline. So these two heroes actually can function just fine on the same team, and if anything, they kind of complement each other quite nicely.
Yeah, so we see mid 1 going the early exhort to scout with the strike, very fire, adult ally, so for the maximum right damage here to secure the early last hits, and it'll be Puppy looking to secure Maroon as well. Where was that Sundrake?
He Sunstrike just the fountain earlier.
Oh, he just shot.
Oh, he threw another one. Oh, I didn't see the second
Well,
one.
at least I got
Interesting.
that.
Yeah.
In any case, mid 1, just heading down towards mid. We are going to see MP farming safely as the PA. So, first guys, when they brought up the Keeper of the Light, Elder Knight, and a passive, they used to play very, very greed. Just really use sticking in the jungle. Even like, I won't say it's even like Secret 1.0, where we saw that strategy for the first time from them. Do you think they're going to do it the same way as well this game, or do you expect like a different style with these two heroes?
Probably see Puppy getting being kind of aggressive on the lane and have the keeper alive. I want to say even the early mana leak just to zone the void. So probably a bit less greedy and more focused on securing the lane first. Zone the void out and then while stacking and then go back and secure the stacks later. If anything, the stacks may be high. You may try to give them over someone like Invoker or the PA, but you've got to make your first priority giving the PA a good lane. That's what mana leak can give you.
So as for more rev here, really using the high base and assassin comes with, going down on it with tangos as well. So hopefully you really need a salve or the additional one-time use read. This is a very difficult harassment lane, but if anyone could do it, it is probably an try lane.
Before trying to bring mangoes back, I think they're in season right now. We haven't seen much mango purchases like we used to, but
yeah, certainly not the double mango strats. But
yeah, I'm not a big fan of double mango. I think as an offlaner, one's more than enough, but he's going to be trading lows a lot of looks like, so he'll get value out of the HP. Yeah.
You know, it was almost a year ago we were doing the qualifier hub, and you went early and you like. 4 mangoes there, but times have changed.
The game with like 7 mangoes, I remember.
The action stuff play first. Oh, homie.
Yeah.
Mangoes, but still unable to fight in the counter kill. Nice start for Newbee.
Yeah, in the second, you could get a salve as the second mango. To me, that's generally preferred as an offlaner. That's what we see the void do is mango and salve with the mango. Because if you're looking for the mango for HP regen, a salve is way more HP regen in the laning stage.
That's for KP, so a pretty good level 2. And pull, but really in for the fourth mana leak, strainer. Okay, yeah, you can't really do anything to me. Now he's gonna go for the bottom rune. Definitely don't want to be trading with the void. KP jumping in, and he's getting an illusion rune. I like that's so bad here the early harassment.
Yeah. It's tough. You can mana leak the void, but it's a PA, not like a jug or something, so it's not like you can force the void away. PA or Daka isn't too scary mid lane. SCC.
It's only the level
but
Puppy is gonna have Astral Spirit relatively soon. He's got a slightly better move speed of 15. In fact, S3BC is gonna get the Astral, or rather the other Astral, I would say, should be able to escape as the Spirit chases him down. It's
too slow.
It looks like. Strike? No, it doesn't have the mana for it.
He's going to borrow Crow to get himself back in the lane as well, so OD not even getting fully zoned off of that.
Puppy back to the Spectre. They are going to settle in full trying, guys. They prep on an island top. So it's a free farm and a relatively free farm PA. The mid lane, really slight advantage for mid one. Unable to find that kill, so doesn't get the big experience just yet. We're all pretty even late stage, it feels like. Newbee maybe getting a slight edge.
Yeah, slight edge in his way. The Sven, of course, going to get his free farm. PA similarly getting a decent amount of farm. Imagine if Newbee feels safe in this game, their ability to protect towers will go for the Helm of the Dominator. They've already started stacking against if anything. And he's picked up the Helm. Armlet's still really good on Sven, so I think if you want to just manually stack Ancients, you can go for the Armlet build and you're slightly stronger to fight with, but for the most part, Newbee getting exactly what they want out of this late stage.
As here, the follow-up torrent comes through, forces the Puppy rotation, look for the stomp, oh, just barely misses. That's how it's like, for slight tantrum here. Their chance to reconnect. Not that fun, but for now they're about to pick up. S3C will grab it, bottles it right up. It's back to the lane. So he should be A-okay. As we see mid one grabbing the early infused raindrops, trying to make sure he doesn't die to that Kunk of a combo. Being his mana full, as healthy as possible. So overall, God's relatively passive laning stage, just like occasional poking from supports, but it doesn't really feel like there's too much intent here for kill or bloodlust.
Yeah. You've got Sunstrike on Secret's side, but I guess bottom lane is where they can try find the kills with the mana leak into like daggers, blink in, and then try hit a Sunstrike. But without the Sunstrike, they're not killing off KP. But probably one of the more scary lanes for Newbee right now that they have to not give up kills in. All in all, yeah, everyone kind of getting their levels here for the most part. U9, the slight breadwinner as far as his overall farm goes, but not by much of an advantage over the PA.
When do you expect things to break down a bit? Looking at each team, what in particular are they waiting on, and what do you see as the main timings?
Mostly the offlane is level 6. You also see a OD gank here.
Sunstrike to follow up. Good connection there for mid 1 and S2C. Up the hill and back to the fountain he goes. But meanwhile, top lane, 4Ev also in trouble. Can they wrangle him? They have the X. They didn't get it off for Kaka there. Very good use of the Carapace and the stun. 3-arrow movement. They're unable to find the counter kill.
Yeah. And for Secret, their level 6 on Nyx is probably the biggest thing before they really start moving around playing aggressive. 4Ev wants to get his Arcane Boost level 6, and then he can just roam around the map, find pickoffs, use the Sunstrike, and then you've got this great killing combo between Nyx and Invoker. For Newbee, the Chronosphere timing isn't as important just because they don't have the best damage to instantly dump in it. Like, OD needs items, Sven needs items. Newbee, for the first time probably in the 3 games, are going to be the ones playing more defensive just because of the nature of their draft.
4Ev still holding on to those tangos for now. Has helped him stay in the lane now that he's gotten some levels. The sustain does him right back. We'll see that Miters built from the Invoker. And Chrono for KP. Still ways off. The Nyx, level 6, also a ways off here. Offlaners being shut down a moderate amount, and teams carries for now. Mid lane is really starting to tip in favor of mid 1, courtesy of all those rotations. We're not seeing S3C take over the OD the way he did before.
Yeah, but I think the one nice thing for Newbee, you know your Sven's going to pull ahead of PA. You've got ancient stacks coming in. It's a Sven. You just cleave through jungle camps. You can stack the jungle. You can then give the lane to your support so they can get level 6. U9, as soon as he hits level 7, can farm like a 4 or 5 stack at the ancients with some tread. So it's a very scary thought that this Sven is getting as farmed as he is. They're going to go in for a top 2. Bit of harass.
He bottom at the same time. He does get mono caught out of position, tries to run away. He will end up escaping. Or also able to make it out. The war cry used to try and disengage, but it does end up getting caught here. Kaka hanging back in reserves. Drops a TP reaction for PA. MP quickly canceling that one instead of being up to KP. It's a pump fake from him. The time walk out. Monolink bringing him lower and lower on the pool, but unable to completely control. Instead, they turn back for Kaka. The Contact pokes adding up combined with Illuminate, only level 1, does some damage. The move onto Kaka and P will find the kill. KP need to turn it, highlight it back, but the time MP is absolutely fine. A cloud of blood again. Secret find their second kill, making it 3-1 overall as the PA effect is fully in force.
Yeah, Newbee just playing a bit too aggressive. They're countering the aggression of Secret by going for kills. They're like, okay, they're diving out tower, let's get kills. When in reality, KP just needs to get out. Like, he's not going to die there. He's got time walk. He can just time walk away. He's fine. They're trying to protect their tower while get these kills on Secret and punish Secret's over aggression, but they don't have level 6s. OD TP'd in with just brown boots. He doesn't have treads even, so they didn't really have the ability to get counter kills there, yet they forced it at bottom. And a bad opportunity. They need to just play slower, recognize they've got the Sven, they've got the farming efficiency, they need to get just their core items up, get your treads on OD, get your 4 staff, and then play around these items.
Did he lose his creep?
Not sure. It was at the Ancients earlier.
Yeah, it looks like he may have lost it, so unfortunate. He could potentially get some stacky assistance from KP, as mid 1, having already completed Midas, looks to stay all position when it comes to net worth here, but still been in the lead, about a 600 gold advantage, and that is before he farmed stack. See Secret begin to apply a bit of pressure here in the bottom lane.
Your Secret, you're starting to consider, like, hey, can we contest this? What's our play around the ancient stack? And whether or not you're going to be in fighting shape to do that. If they can get double forward spirits, they've actually got the double forward spirits, they might be able to move in there at some point and try and contest it when Sven goes for it.
Kaka wants to set up here and grab just a bit of harassment. No follow-up, as you mentioned, Newbee taking advantage of their jungle, moving from camp to camp, carving down the creeps. Secret also doing a bit of pull of their friend. Does leave the Invoker free to arm. It keeps the PA unpressured in the laning stage and still waiting on that Void level 6. Meanwhile, already level 7 picked up 4Ev, so experience advantage shooting up dramatically for Secret. they can take this tower down, God, but just might be able to contest the Ancients.
Yeah, they don't have the best ability to take it. Invoker Forward Spirit's alright, but he's pretty low level, and oh, Kunkka top, solo kill.
Got zapped by the Nyx there. He managed to get the stop, and I think may have carapaced a turret to set things up. Manages to run him down. Puts him at 1,000 gold, but the tower has dropped in the end. That goes the way of MP. He is going to be building towards an early Vlad's here, so a very aggressive build. Thing that can allow them to move into the Roche pit should they win a couple of fights.
Yeah, I mean, Newbee's very clear objectives right now. It's like farm up our carries while the supports get level 6. Once Kunkka has level 6, Void has level 6, they can teamfight, but neither of those heroes level 6 yet. No false promise, and Sven now going to go for the Ancient stats. It looks like Secret just not in position to really contest this.
It's really not the best stack all they could do. Got a very fast Dominator, but only a triple stack here, I believe, at 10 minutes in, so I think Puppy may have been contesting it with the Astral Spirit a bit. Didn't see, but not able to get as much farm as he would like. Did commit the God Strength for that, though the Chrono is ready now. There isn't the best follow-up. We'll see if KP wants to take advantage of it here. He'll show himself along with the Sven, U9, Echo Saber, soon to come. Really wants to pick that up as soon as possible. Tries to cry, but gets clipped by the stun. KP there to assist, trying to force out that Void ultimate, but so far, nothing doing. I think I'm gonna try for a quick reconnect here, guys.
Alright. Nothing brewing just yet. I mean, Sven ultimate down, so unlikely to see Newbee make plays, but it's 4-up with the level 6 Nyx Vendetta. Getting active near this mid lane.
Suspense is killing me. Gonna happen. Nothing yet. Alright, we're just in time.
Oh, he popped the smoke. Ooh. Sentry goes down. He's already out.
Does end up making it back safely. Still Newbee heroes are smoked at this point, but they're not able to make that first move with the Chrono Boat combo. Very potent duo, Gods, but big break there. Even though the Nyx doesn't end up finding a kill, this is frankly probably better.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab an early point booster here. Are you expecting just the Ags rush from him? What do you think 4F will do?
I mean, point boost is good casual stats. It does suggest an Ags rush, but I think Blink is always very useful for the hero. Midas is always a consideration because you benefit so much from the levels. I would like to see perhaps a Midas rush this game, but the Axe is also really strong.
Good setup mid, but guess who's waiting? It's KP. Oh, he's gonna go in with the Chrono next to 4 heroes! It's perfect with Taka coming through! Oh, not ever! Secret slaughters in the X, dragging back mid 1, boost 2. Lucky not to lose more in the process, and it is 3. 4 Revs, Nyx 2 will fall. Oh, KP, a masterful bit, and very bold by Secret, I have to say. With tier 1 up, no vision up the hill, they run up the cliff into the void with all the opportunity. That was a risky maneuver, and they will, maybe with a 4th life here, MP gets changed, the stun comes out from the Sven, follow-up is there, and Secret get completely roundhoused, and that will immediately remove their entire advantage.
That was such a godly chronosphere from KP. Catching everyone and leaving the OD outside makes it look easy, but that is not as easy as he made it look. And
didn't catch the OD,
didn't
too early, made sure the Kunkka would be ready to come in.
Perfect
positioning, and I think more importantly than the positioning, it was the timing on it. Like, a lot of Voids would have just dropped really early, and then the enemy team just runs away, but he was very patient there.
Well, Newbee off of that, get a ton of breathing room, can continue to farm. They can wait their ulti cooldowns and then go look to make another play. Like, I'd probably look to see them make that play from a minute or two ago where they smoke up with Chronosphere, try and combo with the OD ultimate, the Kunkka Ghost Ship. But for now, they're kind of in farming mode. They've suddenly had a huge swing going their way. Sven is the top farmer, and it's something they just want to maintain.
Newbee content to slow things down after that. Cut about half of the Secret Gold lead away. You have to take a tower for Newbee, guys. The team that wants to be farming ancient stacks, that ideally would like to move into the Roche pit, God Strength is available. Put a dent in their plans there. Invoker really aggressively pushing mid 1, doing a great job at map control here, together with Astral Spirit, as well as the Nyx Assassin.
They're hunting for Kippy up top. If he leaves this tower, he could be in some trouble from the Impale. Even if he goes for a creep, he might just get impaled.
And if he dies first, there will not be any turnaround for top lane.
Great map sense. Okay, you see these heroes missing from the map. He's not even leaving that tier 2 CS.
He's very poor.
Yeah. That's the thing. He made that play when he was bottom 3 net worth, and he makes that play at mid. That's getting value out of an underfarmed hero.
Well, this is... Oh, that's not value.
That's not getting value.
The Jinx is in. Almost got his OD killed if S3C TP'd in.
He time walked just some forward spirit in mid one's like, alright, I'll just go on you then. That's a free kill.
Very squishy. That's the D getting clipped here. But they know the Void is not going to be able to turn this one around. He will get healed up a bit by Faith, but still the chase comes out. The Monolith, super annoying to deal with. And S3C will make it out. But while that was happening, mid one flexes his muscles in the top lane. With P, they break the tower down. Desto coming soon. The BOT's online. Secret, they might not have the best team fight. It's pretty good with the Elder Titan, but man, do they have map control, and especially the ability to just dominate creep equilibrium.
Yeah, the Desto is where PA gets super. The Desto and level 11, those two things combined is where PA is super scary. The double dagger is to be a mass threat. Mid lane.
Cut from behind, but the two heroes fumble 2-9. Chunking Secret low. Can he finish them off? The help of the OD is there. S3C almost did. He ends up dropping to the Board Spirit. Double snap combo. Pi will be the third man down. Insta buyback because they want to move in here. They've got Forev on the backline, but Ben's got the jump on him, stuns him. Almost finishes him off instantly. Gets off the Carapace though. Could turn this fight. Face able to barely keep it up alive. What a beautiful false promise. He won't even have dying KP. Try and time while gets out to the high ground, and now they've cut out MP, who wants to help us. But man, costing them further, making forward it with 5 puppies. It could be a tieback, it could be 5. Oh, the lag is strong, but Newbee, they're stronger. They only lose an OD in the end, and alright, we're gonna try to reconnect again. My god.
2-9 was so big in that fight. He even got hit by the insta-blinding light from Kardel. It was just the 2 heroes stun that set up the combo from Kunkka. And then once the blinding light were off, he just tore into the rest of the heroes, took out the Nyx as well afterwards. It was a great initiation coming from the Sven, and recognizing that his team was losing towers, he needed to fight. He picks up Blink Dagger, will slow down perhaps like his BKB pickup, but well worth it on how that fight went down. If we Secret again, they lose the fight to the ultimates, they immediately start pushing. They do a really good job playing around these cooldowns. Chrono's down, OD ultimates down, more towers drop. That's now the 4th tower falling here in the mid lane, and it's Newbee still yet to take a tier 1. It's the nature of their lineup. They're not going to take towers easily. They're looking at big team fights, play for the late game with their carries, but it does result in Secret still having a slight early game lead.
I mean, this feels more like previous incarnations of Secret as far as the overall game plan goes, where they want to play the creep equilibrium game. They don't really care about losing fights. They make up for it in farm. They make up for it in objectives, and they're even willing to commit buybacks to try and take towers and turn fights around that look lost. With the Desto, MP will push even faster when he's able to get onto a building, and BT's completed on the Invoker, and now another 2,000 gold banked. You want to be even more confident moving around the map.
Oh yeah. Interesting to note, Kaka's picked up a very early gem. He's trying to de-ward the map, using the torrent for some vision. He's taken out 1 ward already up in their own jungle, so really prioritizing map control and dealing with this Nyx assassin scouting out Team Newbee.
Die has grabbed the point booster. Likely Aghanim's also en route for him. Secret playing the keep away game. They see a couple of heroes bottom. They head the other way, using the Astral Spirits to scout, the Forge Spirits to push the lanes, and if anyone knows how to play keep away, it's certainly Puppy.
Well,
doing it for a long time now.
Now we see some items come out. OD, full staff, this will help him out. He's got the full Hurricane Pike, in fact. Nothing like a Void getting a 19-minute as well. KP's probably happy to finally finish an item. He's only died twice, but there's just been no farm available on the map, no tower gold until finally they get that bottom tier 1.
Is there something that Newbee can, like, do to deal with this kind of split push from Secret? Is there an item pickup or a particular maneuver you think they can make? Or are they just kind of doomed to play defense here until Secret chooses to pick a fight?
They're looking to play defense mostly. They can stay pretty even on farm just because of Sven. Even the OD is still getting alright farm himself, so I think they're happy playing defense and then smoking around the ultimates. Their offense is mostly let's go use a big combo. They're not going to group up to push so much as they want to group up to team fight. And with this BKB pickup, I believe it's actually go time. And the D-ward, unfortunately, all those TPs mid scattered. So even though they D-ward, it'd be very obvious if they then smoked up right after D-warding.
Alright, well, more importantly, my man KP, he's got tap treads. That's the real pickup here, guys. How can you lose sight of your what should be your true focus on your Australian heritage? You disappointed me. Speechless. So Forge Spirits push you out the bottom lane. 2-9 hunting through the tree. He knows anyone he finds in a 1v1 is no match for him with the BKB, but won't end up securing a hero. Said he'll just push out the lanes here, and you can just see mid one. Wherever Newbee go, he goes the other way. The lane shoved out. They are going to converge on the tier 1. I guess that is the thing Newbee have going for them here is they don't have to push as far to get to towers because those tier 1s are up.
Alright, I'll just have to do some more Perfect World reconnect myself, but looking good now.
You missed my sick burn on Australia.
Oh man, it's a pretty easy country to make fun of, to be honest, so... It was
like a 1 out of 10. I just went negative, it was so bad. So probably for the best you didn't hear it, but Newbee gonna push in, take the tier 1 down.
I'd make fun of America, but I saw the debates last night. You guys have enough of your own problems to deal with. I don't need to say anything.
America is the butt of every joke in the world. You don't need to make fun of us. That's just like kicking a child when they're already down. Cruel and inhuman.
Even Team Secret's like, let's get out of America. No more NA players. Let's get some SEA players, and it's working out pretty well for them so far. This team is like they're looking like a team. They're playing together. It doesn't feel like it's just 5 individual talented players. They've got pretty good organized strategies and game plans. Like they're very kind of fluid with their movement. But Newbee, tough opponent who's kind of pushing this into the late game here in game number 3.
Yeah, they're getting more confident with their movements, and they are gonna surge into the Roche Pit. They kill this very quickly with Sven and OD, but Secret, they've got good stall here. They're gonna rev up and illuminate. They do have their kite and Kane at slowing things down in the pit as the Earth Splitter comes through, but airball from Puppy. You may feel more confident about this Roshan.
No crashing versus ET though.
Now.
Yeah, Roche versus ET is probably one of the worst heroes to Roche against. He gives vision and he stalls with the stomp, and it sets up follow-up spells. It's so painful. It would just be a reset, but now they're going to be worried about Secret getting in there. With the Deso PA, Secret themselves can Roche very quickly.
Puppy just constantly sending Spirit in, keeping eyes on the rock. Newbee gonna back off and push some lanes out. They still have yet to activate this Fen BKB. I mean, you talk about Elder Titan around the pit, but Newbee have a pretty devastating team fight of their own.
And for Newbee, it's the vision advantage too. Yeah, you've got KP on this iron cliff, and they deep-warded the area, so they know there's no ward spotting him up there. The ward's well across the river, so we'll see Kaka going in. Kaka actually sees the ward himself, but needs a quelling blade or something to clear it out, so it looks like they're just going to go in the pit.
Alright, round 2.
De-warding, you just want the ward, there we go, he's got it. That's like
nice little play there by Kaka, showing why he also is one of the highest MMR players in the world. Making full use of the X, and now he's going to scout out 4Ev here. Torrent comes through. Quick disengage attempted by the Carapace, but 4Ev, it's only a level 1 Carapace. It's not enough. He drops, and with his death, that is likely to be a free Roshan, I think, Gods.
They're just winning these fights and engagements around the pit on Vision. This gem pickup has been the game changer for Newbee.
I said free, but Secret, they've got other ideas. The stomp connects on both carries. Is their follow though? KP just waiting here off the side. Secret, they have not seen him yet. He's in great position, set up onto mid 1, but he wants the multi-hero Chrono Tornado as a fish. The Chrono now connects. Is there a counterplay? Stomp coming through. Then blinks over the top. BKB onto MP. Slaughters the PA. Where's your crit now? He says, and turns back for mid 1. It's a group up and beat down scenario as Newbee.
Oh no, he's on the cliff. They're both on the cliff. Oh no, they both got on the cliff. Oh, that poor stuff's being made in China.
Screenshotted for posterity.
Yeah.
But it happened after the
Full
fight,
stop
so
and
Newbee will
blink.
take it anyway.
Yeah. Well, knock it out. I mean, that's such a vision advantage. They've got this big team fight edge now. KP didn't even... That was a pretty shocking Chronosphere compared to his last one. Not to say it was the worst possible Chronosphere, but didn't really achieve all that much. He actually then like tried to leave the Chronosphere to use time dilation on other heroes, but couldn't quite find them. And even so, the Sven is just too farm to fail really right now.
When Sven can just jump on your PA and kill her in the duration of a single Stormhammer, with 3 heroes surrounding her, you got problems, gods.
Yeah. Well,
Sven is now about a full tier 4 item up on the PA, nearly 6k gold advantage here. Only 25 minutes in.
and unlike the last game with the PA, where it's like, okay, you get this BKB and it's all this magic damage, you'll be fine. Sven, he's not magic damage. He's got physical. He can build into an MKB if he wants. He just solo kills Puppy down the bottom lane. If he goes like Moonshot or an AC into an MKB, this PA can never stand against him. Not to mention Warcry. It's a huge amount of bonus armor for your whole team to help resist the PA's damage.
PA is not the late game solution to a free farm Sven, that is for damn sure. Generally, when we see the PA succeed, it's when they snowball, they get like an early deso, and they just keep on finding kills. But if it's a farming war, and especially if you haven't gone Battle Fury, there's just no way you're keeping up.
Well, as it stands, Secret are going to have to play defensive with a lineup that doesn't want to play defensive. They can't team fight into Newbee right now. There's an Aegis as well up. They've got to just respect the strength of this double BKB and Aegis, and that may just result in them losing tower after tower. They can stall with ET Coddle, but they can't team fight.
And Newbee still looking at about 3 minutes to go on this Aegis, so plenty of time. Do you expect them to really force the issue with it, or do you think they're just content to sit back and farm?
I think another smoke play, or at least take this tier 1 mid tower. Taking the tier 1 mid tower will just make it easier to take the next Roche. You get more control over the map, deny some vision from Secret, but their late game is looking formidable and not like it's needing to have towers taken during this stage of the game. If anything, they don't want to like force cheap fights, because where they start to fall off is when these BKBs get down to like 5 seconds. That's the stage of the game where you go past the late game into like the ultra late game, and then Secret suddenly have this level 25 Invoker with Aghanim Scepter against 5-second BKBs, and Invoker can win you the game at that stage. So that's where Newbee, if anything, they play it slow for now to get a few big items like PC, and then they try to take fights. They want to win fights without having to use BKB if possible.
Very well timed scan there. We'll scout out Newbee, going for a deep smoke of their own. Moving from right to left here. KP trying to get up on the high ground. The stop says, hell no.
Yep. Get some in smoke, but the Spirit does give you a notification when you hit units, so nice predictive plays.
Off a bit. Yeah, I see you. You don't scare me.
Back,
but Newbee, they don't really need to find kills to take towers, and they will convert now on this tower in the mid lane. Blink used to dodge the dagger, but he does get fun before BKB. Still, the follow-up is there. KP with a good chrono, but the boat doesn't quite connect. It was a bit off to the right. Still, U9 running and gunning them down. The 4F falls before the sword. This Butcher's Cleaver of a weapon as they look for a 4th kill. The X set up. The follow-up comes through. MP, a blink to the north, attempting to retreat, while in the bottom lane it's up to mid 1 to escape. Will MP get the evasion he needs? No, siree. Mid 1, the lone survivor.
He might
they are going to convert. Going to be stuck
careful.
around for a while. God, the X comes through. Where's he going to go? He throws out the tornado, attempting to stop KP from jumping him. Will
the other hero cause
safety.
There's no TP on Odie or Sven, actually. I was thinking Hunka hit the X, I'm like, oh, if Odie or Sven TPs, it's a kill, but neither of those heroes can TP back. Oh boy,
Can
Mid-one's
MP
gonna hang
push
around.
fast enough is the question here.
He's gonna
Sorry,
come
not
back now.
MP, at mid 1. Doesn't quite seem like it. He does slow Newbee down though, forces people back. That will put an end to this mid push. Mid 1, although the team takes pretty catastrophic losses, he does salvage the objectives. Tier 2, still alive mid.
He's like the big player of this game who can take Secret to the late game. He can split push, he can scale really well. And again, Newbee, another fight where they kind of win it. They don't get a tier 2 tower, they use both their BKBs. Odie's used it really late and perhaps a bit unnecessarily, but that's the kind of fight that you're not too upset about if you're Team Secret, just because you're still in this game, you defend your towers, you buy time for the Invoker to get bigger and bigger.
Highlight die pushing out the bottom lane here. Aghanim's nearly complete now. Just needs 450 gold to grab that. So his items do progress. Puppy working towards a 4-staff. We mid one now, grabbing the ultimate orb. What do you think here? Is this a Lincoln's Gods, a Hex? Looks like a Lincoln's.
Ooh. Yeah, let's say Lincoln. If you're split pushing, this is like a split push go late game kind of game, and that's where Lincoln's means you won't get caught by that X. If you're split pushing there and the Kunkka TP's back to X you and then have someone like OD come in, that X won't land and you can blink away. Similarly, if OD likely to go for a Hex, he can't blink Hex you with the Lincoln, so very good defensive item this game.
See Newbee pressing in on the mid lane while also sweeping around past the cliff. Pickoffs. U9 is a very confident man. And they will X him just to try and see if anyone's lurking behind the tower. He doubles back, smashes the tier 2 down, and they may proceed forward here to the tier 3. We're trying to split push. They do have mid 1 closing in on the top lane, but Newbee, they now face the great white wall. Highlight die, Tower of Light to keep the lane back, and he will have to back off in the end.
Right. God, ET Kardel. Good luck pushing high ground.
Yeah.
That's where this game will just continue to drag out, and as much as it looks like everything's going Newbee's way and has been for some time, it's not as clear cut that they're necessarily going to win this game. If they get a couple pickoffs, the game could just end right there. Like, lane of racks, boom, game could be won. But Secret play this like with few mistakes, this high ground will be defended for a long time. Invoker will continue to get scarier and scarier, and this is one of the best late game carries to have in the game. So this is not an easy game by any means for Newbee to win.
I see a Lotus Orb grab now on Mr. Kaka.
Mm-hmm. Good against the Mana
anything
Leak,
in particular? Just the Mana Leak, you think?
I mean, Mana Leak's the main one you're looking at as far as spells to get rid of. None of the really, I mean, it's always, the Echo spells is always kind of cute, but it's mostly normally picked up as something to dispel silences and annoying spells like Mana Leak.
Don't really see too many items or abilities that particularly counters this game. But he will move forward bottom now, grouping up his squad of 4. U9, the one man holding this top lane. May look to jump him here, but he has the BKB. Teammates could arrive in. The nice blink out. Oreb just creeping in with the Aether Lens stun. Unable to connect there.
The low should also get rid of the Echo Stomp. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it should.
It purges off the sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Fine for Oreb in the bottom lane. Nick's set to caught out here, Puppy. The back away, the BKB committed now as S3C moves in a bit deeper. Mid one though wants to turn this thing around now that the Chrono's been committed, and meanwhile up in the top lane, Keeper of the Light just tries to shove lanes out. Sven is still there for the time being. U9 being thwarted a bit here in his effort to assist the team. KP now getting caught out, time walking up to the high ground, and a perfect prediction! Sunstrike is one! What a shot from him! Cuts the void down where he stands. My god.
This is where Sven is scary, but he's not getting any scarier. Where he's been for the last 10-15 minutes of this game is kind of Sven at his peak. Bodhi definitely does get a bit more potent with a sheep stick up, but this Sven will fall off. Invoker PA, not so much the case. Smoke up there, this rush, very risky.
They have no chrono. They are not in position. Newbie.
They're taking a long way around. They're not going to get here.
It's a very long road, and it leads to nothing particularly promising for Newbee. And Aegis snagged by MP, not given to the Invoker.
They may fight into those. Slots. If Sven can get a good jump on like the Kardel and like an Invoker, like you can just take the team fight through
Radiant
that.
Squad using their scan now. They do have vision, I believe. Have seen one, and they jump onto Pilot Die, quickly decapitated by U9, but they want a little more. They did see the Invoker in the neighborhood, I believe, earlier, mid one, snaking his way through the trees. He is the prize. They are not sure.
Yeah, I think Newbee thought there'd be more with the Kardel there, but everyone else was really far away. Kardel was just the lone lane pusher.
Oh, they're setting up. Done from 4Ev, even committing the carapace here. Sven goes right in onto 4F. There's no way to protect him here. Aside from trying to work him down with MP, who does not have his Basher just yet. He still tries to man fight Unai. BKB has worn off though. They can look to kite the spin now. He's gonna need help from the Oracle if he wants to engage KP. Quick time walk forward. He's got the blink. He doesn't have mana for the Chrono though. He's short just barely. Now gets it, but now Secret also out.
Damage 7 seconds and 8 seconds on the BKBs respectively. This is going to become concerning for Newbee soon. Yeah, they keep finding these kills and pickoffs. I mean, the kill score looks great. You see the kill score, and you're probably thinking, oh, Newbee's stopping this game, but by no means is that really the case. Secret have a ton of abilities to install this game to the late game and give Newbee problems, as Sven will just get kited in these fights once he's down to a 5-second BKB. And once you get kind of the items up like 4 staffs, it gets very challenging to fight
this is the hero that can't die though, guys.
Oh.
They found him one. They crack him right open. X is going to set that up after breaking the Lincoln Sphere. And Newbee showing that if you are out of position, you will be punished.
Absolutely. Nice little pick off there. I think they're even putting down wards like in their own jungle to try help catch and pick him off, so...
A lot of pressure on an Invoker in this game. As much as you pointed out, Newbee do not have like the auto win late game. This is the one guy that has to play godly for Secret to be able to take it there. Whereas it feels like for Newbee, Kunkka can make some big plays, Void can make some big plays, maybe Sven gets a big multi-hero stun, cleave combo and just starts the fight up 1-2 kills. It really does feel like it's 80% on mid 1 if Secret are going to take.
Yeah, I mean, as fun as PA can get, mid 1's got to be the big playmaker. Nyx needs to make some key initiations as well, but I mean, speaking of Nyx, he's looking very poor, under-leveled as well. And to go back to the itemization, I think Midas was definitely the item he should have gone for as his first pickup, and then you go into the Ags or the Blink Dagger, or you decide what you need. But it's kind of like you don't know how the game's going to go based on like whether you're going to be winning or losing fights, taking Roche or not. So you kind of buying a Midas just means you can delay deciding what item you commit to. And what's happened is the fights have gone bad. He's committed to this Ag Scepter that he can't even complete just yet. He's still a little bit short of it, so 4Eb's not really been all that effective this game on the Nyx. He's 1-7-0. This is very uncharacteristic for the Secret offlaner.
Yeah, he had the better laning stage too by quite a margin compared to KP, but KP had that one big chrono mid, and ever since then it just feels like the Void has been hugely impactful. Involved in 14 kills, meanwhile, as you point out, the Nyx, 4Ev, involved in 1. That is a scary ratio. And now Sven has a satanic.
Yeah. If he gets it, and the thing is, the Axe is amazing when you're defending high ground. It's stupid how hard it is to push into the item, but you've already got ET Coddle to fill that niche. I feel like pushing already is hard enough as it is, and 4 would be better suited having more levels for one thing, having level 4 Carapace, doesn't even have the level 2 Vendetta, and having the initiation, the Blink Dagger, so he can just start a fight off, I think, and a 4-star. You kite with Sven more. This Aghanim Scepter just isn't going to be. It's taking too long to come online, and it's not going to. It's not going to fulfill a hole that Secret needed plug.
Oh, 9, the God Strength committed here, and they've been using the X very effectively. Got to siege towers to de-push the bottom lane to try and limit the kind of damage mid 1 can do as a reply on the other side of the map, and may get to hit that tower again. X is committed once more. They'll cave in this wave, and for the tower here, blinking. Although this time it is back to safety. He's committing a BKB to ensure he gets out safely. He does not want to get caught, die in the top lane, and then not be able to assist here up top, or in the bottom lane, I should say.
I didn't see the BKB. Do you think it was intentional, or it seems like he popped it really far away from the team?
The stomp was pretty close to hitting him. I think he's like, oh, I might get chains to die, but...
Yep.
I don't know if he would have. Oracle was still in the neighborhood, so a bit
yeah,
questionable.
Anything, you wait till Oracle false promise you, then use after. I almost feel like he misclicked and meant to TP or use another item, but maybe he meant to blink. But yeah, it was a bit odd. It's BKB now down to 6 seconds, so we're looking at that late game scenario where BKBs are going to be very short. Sven particularly. OD still got an 8-second BKB, but it's mostly the Sven who needs the long duration on his BKB.
So Newbee slowly creeping ahead here as far as net worth goes, experience, substantial lead, but we're kind of at that point where levels don't really matter as much. Like your supports maybe getting level 3 ultimates could make a difference, but mostly got your key levels, and one good fight will dramatically swing that graph. Feels like much more it's going to be, can Newbee catch mid 1, or can mid 1 just successfully split push stall, and maybe then can they have that miracle fight around the Roche Pit, courtesy of Elder Titan.
Yeah, and that's, I think, something Newbee is showing a lot of respect to. That's why they're using the X to just slow siege, play it safe. It's not a case so much that Newbee, if they play it safe and stall and just go super late game, they're going to win, but they also just want to put themselves in the safest position to take this game, and that means waiting for Secret to slip up, give you a pick off. Like, they'll keep waiting until that presents itself. Maybe even waiting for the next Roshan.
AP, Midas and creeps here. As Newbee
And
moving
that
forward
really
onto
tells
the
the
tier
state
2.
of this game. If you're buying a Midas, he bought that after the Vlads, I want to say. That would have been like...
No, he got it before. It was like 27-ish minutes, maybe 24. It was still quite late though.
I imagine that was his team
it.
telling him this game's going like 60 minutes or something. You need to become a carry, and that's pretty much what the call's been.
Yeah, he went. I think it was Treads, and then Midas right away, and then back into Blink Vlad. So I think it was a pretty fast Midas.
I love this item he's going for too.
It was not fast.
Yeah, he's going for the Shadow Blade, and this is the anti-Invoker split push item. You can't reliably blink chrono him, because one, he might get vision of you before you blink, and even if Invoker's fast, he can blink out when he gets blinked on top of. So having the Shadow Blade to scout and initiate on Invoker is a huge item pickup for KP. It's definitely the right choice here.
And you combine that with the X, the Boots of Travel on Kunkka, on Sven. This team does start to get quite mobile, considering they're not that mobile naturally, but they're itemizing to deal with the Invoker split push. And now, moving forward, they just had eyes on mid 1. They know about where he is. Are they going to risk it with the chrono? They found him! KP cages the Mighty Wizard, and see you later, sir, he says. But the real MVP, the Ward.
Absolutely. It's one of those games where mid one is gonna catch pickups like that. Like, it's like, oh, he's off on his own, he's getting caught out, like he's making mistakes. But that's how this game is gonna go down. The mid one is always gonna be off by himself, and for Newbee to win this game, they're gonna have to get those pickoffs. For Secret to win this game, he needs to get picked off as little as possible and just continue to drag this game out. So it's really this game of cat and mouse between mid one and the entire Newbee team.
Feels like even more pressure on mid 1's shoulders as we go later and later here. Phantom Assassin MP now has to deal with an MKB on Sven, and not to mention, oh, by the way, there is an OD in this game who is going to try to Hurricane Pipe forward and engage on the Puppy, just starts to chunk him down, drops the ulti. KP watches it happen. He's like, I wish I could help here, guys. I am lacking my Chronosphere. Nice BKP, dodging the Stormbolt, but still, they've lost 3. Newbee in the driver's seat now, as they will blink back to work on the tower. They're going to hammer that thing down. They still have dodge strength here for the high ground siege. The BKB available. Gods, they're going for it, and there is not a buyback available here. The Sven says, hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Pylai died down. U9 looking for a bit more.
Oh, mid one, don't die.
Not too far for the crits, but KP just going to walk it off. And we're just at that state of the game, guys, where MP can't burst anyone.
Yep. And you can't afford to lose these supports. As much as it sounds like they're not doing much, BT Cuddle are the ones stalling the high ground, and NP gets annihilated. The MKB just tears through him.
Another one bites the dust, and now the boat comes through, connecting on mid 1. Forces the BKB still. Even so, basically losing the right click war here against the OD, even though the orb couldn't be activated, and now as the BKB wears off, oh, they do manage to find the kill there, bringing down the OD. Decent hold from Secret, but they need a lot more than this. U9 is going to be purged up by the Oracle, still has the Satanic available, only hits the creeps once, then blinks away. Tornado coming through, trying to clip Faith on the way out, but they got to find a bit more. PA had to buy back for this, and they lost their melee as well. Looking for something. It is going to be Faith they isolate, but that's not really the hero they wanted. They were hoping for something sweeter. Taste of the Sven. They won't have it. AP also making it out. And now the Shadow Blade you mentioned is online.
Yep.
So during it all, they lost the tier 3 bottom, but they did not lose a Rex just yet.
Yeah, it was good discipline, and that's what's going to happen. When mid one gets caught out, it leads into some kind of big pickoff. Important for mid one is he scouted out the Shadow Blade, so he knows it's up. He's not going to get caught out before seeing, like, by the surprise factor of this item. But He still needs to be careful. He's Shadowbladed into the Roche pit. Sentries are nearby on the Keeper.
Oh, they dagger the Roshan. KP, they know he has it, but they don't know where he is. The stun comes out. They got the vision in time. Oh, timely sentry there by Pi. That could have been real ugly if he didn't drop it.
That's no buyback too.
Coming through as well here, but the real objective is this big old rock. Flanking and trying to set up there. Oh, say hello to U9. One down, could be two. Mid-1 trying to make it up to Cleave, just barely missing at this spin. Is big, he's bad, he's difficult to deal with, and the Meepo's gonna miss. Mid-1 could be in trouble now. U9's just running at him. They can't deal with the spin, even though he's out of mana, even though he's slowed down by the Ice Ball. He's so damn tanky, he's hardly losing health, and now Kaka's gonna arrive. Breaks the Lincoln Sphere, where's the follow-up? OD coming in, cracks open the BKB, the hammer gets dropped, breach down one, blinks on the Pi, it's a triple for U9 in the pit. They just can't be stopped. Stun strike, good pick off there, but it's not enough. They've lost their Keeper of the Light as well. 4 falling, Mid-1 had to buy back for that. Expensive gods, and even after all that expense, they still lose the Roche.
A dieback from the Nyx as well. U9 just plays that fight so well. He goes in at the right time. His team back him up with the Lotus Orb. He then even gets the blink to finish off the Invoker there. He had no BKB. He was mana leaked. He had no mana at all, and he still manages to kill the Invoker. Yeah, normally that's a position where he's going to get kited and just die at some point. Even though Invoker is sitting on 300 or 400 HP, if you play it well and coordinate around your team, you can typically just kill a full HP Sven off. If he has no BKB, you've got Ice Ball, you've got Cold Snap. He should never get to you, but the Kunkka comes in, throws a Lotus Orb, and then they get scared of Sven because of the Lotus Orb, so he gets another blink off and catches out the Invoker. This great execution from Newbee and great job backing each other up.
Well, special tactics in the end here, perhaps, from KP. Secret that false sense of security, and then the team punishes. Maybe not his intention.
Tactical feeds, yes.
White Raw would be proud.
Mm-hmm.
Newbee starting to push the lanes, and the BOT2's now online for U9. So he can play very aggressively here with the OD, with an Aegis able to even Hurricane Pike in if he wants to start a fight. Now an Aegis lands on Kunkka, so even more initiation range.
I want to jump on the supports. Both supports have Ghost Scepters, 4 staffs, or one is a 4 staff, and you want to be able to blink hex them and kill them before they can pop their Ghost Scepter, because you don't have a good way of countering those Ghost Scepters. You don't have a Diffusal hero. I
love this for Kaka. 3 gems to choose from in the fountain. He's like, I think I'll take the middle one today. That looks the shiniest. You know, it's gonna throw Secret off guard. They're expecting that left hook. Be the right jab, but not gonna happen. It's gonna be a straight up the gut kind of gem play for him. So Newbee, they have started to really cinch the noose against Secret, and with the Invoker buying back gods, doesn't want to leave the base, but that means Newbee can get all the lanes in. And they have buybacks on their core, so they can commit very heavily to try and find that kill, force a dieback, and then take the game.
Yeah, they're gonna just force a fight / kill with the Aegis, I imagine, on OD. He gets a blink hex on someone, try to get that fast kill, and then team fight after that. Problem is, Secret themselves have sentries, but they don't have a gem available, and that makes it very tricky to fight against the Shadowblade initiation of the Void. They've got sentries all around their base for now, but KP being sneaky outside the base.
They're looking for that quick X initiation here. Kaka, just
they see the ward.
Around.
It's like baiting. Yeah, the Void Spirits will deal with it.
U9 is just ready to go at any moment here, though. He blinks in TP on enemy lines. If he doesn't see an initiation, this gets pulled right back to safety.
And that's what you got to do there. Nyx just wants to spam that mana burn on Sven, so he gets down low on mana before he BKBs even. Like, if you force him to BKB because he's being mana burned, he may just end up wasting that BKB there.
Yeah, but of course you've always got the X back to Fountain to heal him right back up, so it is not a foolproof solution by any means. And U9 goes again, Warcry, but well-timed Blinding Light there is going to force him back. A long-range stun as Ordev has finally gone into underground mode.
Ooh, he blinked up
from extreme distance.
They blink up, but no one's even at the tower. That's the beauty of this Secret high ground defense, is they've got such long range on everything. Nyx, Aether Lens, MP with long-range Stifling Daggers, Invoker, Forward Spirits he can send out, Coddle Blast, ET Spirits. No one even has to go near the tower to defend it. Yet U9 can't hit it.
Unai has done quite enough of this. He goes in to hit the tower. Meanwhile, S3C just diving deep behind enemy lines. KP, he finds the triple ultimate with the chrono set up. Is the follow-up going to be there? Sven unable to initiate in time. He does come in, but it is right as the chrono ends. Not the best follow-up for that chrono, but can they at least bring down the tower during this time? The Meepo slowly rolling through. They managed to eviscerate KP. U9, Satanic available, but BKB down, has the buyback if needed. Top lane getting shoved in. S3C is low. Sven may have to back away. Will they be able to kill off the OD?
Oh, great blink.
Back to safety. S3C alive for now. Hurricane Pike back even further. Kaka able to pull him out. U9 though may drop, will drop. Secret finding picks. They X4 if they're going to drag him back a bit further while mid one hunts for more. So Kaka will escape, perhaps as well as S3C will. Mid one, if he chases up this hill, could easily die. But in the end, God, Secret, they hold pretty damn well here.
They just kite for days. Like, the closest any hero is to those racks is like at the tier 4 towers. The Nyx is positioned right by his tier 4 tower, carapaced up. He's not even, or burrowed up. He's not even near the push coming in, but the Sven can't even hit the building. If he hits the building, he gets blinding lighted. He gets mana burned. And you don't want a BKB just for a blinding light mana burn. You want to save the BKB for the team fight. You can't if you want to hit the buildings. It's just such great execution on the high ground defense, and Secret have the most annoying draft ever to push into, and it's really showing there.
And now mid one has completed a Nocturne core. And on top of that, buyback will be available soon if you can farm the 1,000 gold or so required. Over yet. That said, they are down 30,000 gold. This is still a mountain to climb, and yet to take a Rax.
They have room to grow, LD. Items, they can pick them up. Newbee, they're maxed out.
Yeah, that's the beauty here. You've got a 7-slotted OD. To go with that, your Sven has long since hit that peak as well. I mean, there are items they could buy, but there's something really great to get rid of. Having a blink on the OD, a blink on the Sven feels quite essential. Hurricane Pike's always a good pickup, so.
You have to have the blinks to pick people off when they're defending high ground. If you don't have the blink, you're never going to get to these long-range spamming, nuking heroes of Team Secret, so. I don't see a scenario where Sven can really replace his blink. OD similarly probably can't. Maybe he could replace the Hurricane Pike, but even that, I think the item is just so good on OD. And if you're looking at these two heroes, in theory, they're just both 6-slotted right now. There's no real improvements to be made.
And that also means they're not carrying Aegis, which limits your options for a safe siege. Unless they want to drop something like a blink and just, you know, BKB, hit the tower, back away, but Newbee have other ideas. They want to find pickoffs. They strut down the mid lane. Kaka out in front has the blink. There's the initiation. U9, 3 shots, almost 2, and Puppy's down and out.
Oh, and another.
He's found a second one. This is the kill. If they can bring up 2, it might be enough for us. Gets reeled back in, and then KP is there. He finds Chrono. It's okay. He gets Puppy on the buyback. Could be enough, but the Meepo is there. Newbee, though, with the BKB, survived through it, and now chase forward. U9 walks right into an ice wall, and then backs away immediately. But S3C going in even deeper. Force stats kiting out that PA BKB. Good defensive Astrals. MP is going to run out his invulnerability soon, and now they look for a bit more. X comes through. KP jumping in. Sunstrike winning a miss there. MP trying to cover the passive mid one's retreat, but it's not going to happen. Sven finds the angle. He gets the 2 hero stun. Sayonara to the Invoker. Out for 110. And Secret likely down to the lower brackets. There's the GG of Group A. Seems like they've still got some work to do, God, but you gotta give Newbee credit. This is a fearsome team with a pretty decent hero pool already.
Yeah, they play a lot of different heroes, very hard to draft against, and they mess up a bit